Now, in fictional comic book superhero teams, we'll commonly come across, superhero leaders, of course, of said teams. Whether we're talking about Mr. Fantastic for the Fantastic Four, the Immortal for the Invincible guys, or even just Captain America for the Avengers. But today we're here to talk about the people that are the leaders of those leaders, or we could say their bosses. So we're talking about people like Amanda Waller, Nick Fury, and Cecil Stedman. Now, before we go too deep into analysis on whether or not they're actually good or bad leaders, or even good or bad people, we have to understand one thing between these three characters. They're all in what we will call a morally gray area. Now, what I really mean by that is that as a good leader, right, you have to understand that there are sometimes you're going to make good calls and bad calls. And as a leader, you have to come and account for basically everyone's personal feelings, their emotions toward your set actions, and even the purpose of what you're doing it for. So obviously, some people are going to view them as doing the right thing, and others will view them as doing, the morally wrong thing. Now, starting off with Cecil Stedman, I'll admit I think he's probably the best leader out of all three of these characters, if I'm being honest, as he has limited resources and not the most powerful characters at his disposal, but yet he's still able to keep the Earth safe from all these different threats they have going on. But on the other hand, the problem that most characters or even the watchers that enjoy Invincible have with Cecil is more of his ideology more than anything else. As throughout the show, most of Cecil's actions revolve around these two things he believes in. The first being that power without control is a threat, and the second being that every resource should and can be utilized. Now, in regards to what I said about him saying that power without control is a threat, a lot of that really stems from the way that he treats Invincible. As you gotta understand that after Omni-Man leaves, Invincible is quite literally the strongest person on the planet. So of course he wants to have him wrapped under his finger and have as much control over his daily life and everything he views and thinks as much as possible. But when it comes to this though, he can go a bit overboard, as we even saw on the show that he quite literally puts stuff in Mark's ear so he can't fly and is basically paralyzed whenever he comes around, so that way Mark doesn't do anything too rash or too crazy, which on one hand makes sense, as again you're going against the strongest guy in the world, whether friend or foe, he's still the strongest. But on the other hand, it's like, bro, there's no trust, there's no care, you're kind of a L leader. And no, I didn't forget about the second ideology. Yes, he quite literally is someone that believes that some mass murderer or someone who used to terrorize his school and use the body parts of said people he terrorized and turn them into robots can be rehabilitated and turned into an asset. Well, yeah, he actually did that. And it wasn't just that guy he did that for as well. It was a plethora of other superheroes, or shall I say ex-villains. Now, in my opinion, I actually do believe he's correct for doing this. I think it's more so the fact that why people are mad is because he's trying to treat them a bit too nicely despite their grave actions and sins. Like, as I mentioned before, Sinclair literally was terrorizing and torturing just random people on this campus to turn into robots for no reason at all. And instead of him serving any sort of time or just feeling some sort of remorse for what he did, Cecil said, you know what, forget all that, he's too big of an asset. We're gonna literally give him his own team, his own time, his own little space to do everything he wants to, with a plethora of dead bodies from movies we can go into. And yes, I know those are the required materials and people needed to be able to build more Reanimen and more future soldiers and stuff. But at the same time, like, those were a lot of innocent souls he took away from their families. Like, some type of punishment has to be given to bruh. So is Cecil an actually good and capable leader? I'll say yes, but again, it's for y'all to decide in the comments, or if you don't want to comment, just at least like the video. Next up, we have the character Amanda Waller, and I'm not gonna lie, as I'm going through my notes, I was really trying hard to find a way to justify her being possibly a good person, but overall, I'm not gonna lie, she's just a terrible leader. Like, genuinely, all the traits she has that she puts into being a leader are something more of a villain. Like, literally, she's ruthless and authoritarian. She runs the Suicide Squad with complete control, as we all know, with the bombs, and literally gets all her results from fear and leverage and just putting pressure on people. The funny part about it is the fact that she actually knows she's a terrible leader, as the whole purpose of this one DCEMU Suicide Squad movie known as Hell to Pay is them trying to find a card that can get her out of hell, because they know for a fact that when she dies, she's going straight down there. And for even more evidence of this, in the second Suicide Squad movie, and I mean the live action one, her own staff had to tell her, hey, I think you're doing a bit too much, like you're actually wilding right now. And you know what she did? Instead of listening and taking in all those perspectives, she just told them, fuck fuck no, I am the law. And she tried to get them all knocked out of there. Like, what? Because I guess it's one thing to be mean to the Task Force S and the Suicide Squad people, because then again, they're quite literally villains too. If they weren't working with her right now, they'd probably be doing something else that's pretty heinous. But again, to your own staff, like the ones who have been devoting their life to you for the longest, like, come on, bro. Lastly, we got the boss of the Avengers themselves, Nick Fury. Now, as a leader of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'll admit that he's a pretty good guy. I mean, he builds capable teams. Instead of trying to rule everything completely, he kind of lets people do their own thing and just manages from the sidelines to make sure not wilding out too much. And he inspires loyalty and just a whole lot of obedience. And he's someone that, you know, you can kind of like see yourself venting to, even though he is a stone cold hearted guy. But at the same time, he's pretty knowledgeable of stuff going on. And now of the three leaders here, I believe that Nick Fury is probably the most socially acceptable one. And what I mean by that is that he believes in people, not just outcomes. Like, he understands that there are people behind all these powers and all these masks that people wear, as opposed to people like Cecil Stedman, who views them as assets and capabilities, or even someone like Amanda Waller, who just believes everyone is below her. Now, in terms of his morally gray areas, I'm pretty sure it's more so about his lying and manipulating, as he's someone that doesn't want people to know everything that's going on. And I guess on one hand, you could say that that's being very irresponsible, as people deserve to know. But the other hand, there's a reason why the saying ignorance is bliss is such a true thing. Because yeah, it'd be nice to know that the world is about to get taken over by aliens, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of like just, you know, binging my anime and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Overall, in my opinion, I believe that Nick Fury is that guy and by far the best leader of all three of these guys. Anyway, you guys can put y'all opinions in the comments. I just want to say thank you guys for coming to the end of the video. If you guys are here right now, just want to say, yeah, appreciate you guys. Hopefully we get monetized soon. And also, I want to give a big shout out to the girl that I actually got this video idea from. Her name is Amari on TikTok. It's A-M-A-R-I with a little flower petal at the end. And yeah, I just want to say appreciate her as well and appreciate y'all. So yeah, I guess that's it.